On tonight's episode, Arena, featuring arguably the greatest fight in science fiction history. An away team, including our iconic trio, beam down to an Earth outpost only to find it completely decimated. This sets the tone for this dark episode.
Kirk to Enterprise. Red alert.
What is it, Captain?
Cestus 3 has been destroyed.
Scans pick up cold-blooded creatures. These creatures are responsible for this massacre of men, women, and children alike.
Survivors?
Not survivors, not warm-blooded. Living creatures, but not human.
Suddenly, a red shirt turns redder, then disintegrates, and our away team is bombarded with shells from above.
Captain, I see something!
This remastered edition of TOS enhances a lot of the original special effects with modern CGI. Now, most of the time, I don't like my corny 60s sci-fi being changed with modern effects, but I think most of the effects, if not all of them, actually work and enhance the story and the visuals quite a lot. The Enterprise, which is close in orbit, is also pinned down by enemy fire. This means that all our beloved crew members are now under attack.
Captain, we're coming under attack. Unidentified ship quartering in. We can't beam you up. I've just rigged up defensive screens.
The explosions in this shot and the derelict sets utilized just perfectly give this story a very epic feeling. It's also very tense, and the pacing is extremely quick for normal TOS episodes. It just grabs you and the events just unfold violently in front of you as you're sitting there watching. Kirk then heroically runs into fire, trying to reach higher ground. Check out Shatner's fall here. It's epically over the top and amazing. I don't know whether this shot is Shatner or stunt double, but either way, the effect is executed with excellence. The bombardment continues, giving this episode an old World War II film feeling. There's also lots of tension and stakes, and apparently Nimoy and Shatner complained of hearing damage after filming this episode, and that makes sense. Watching it back, yeah, I don't think there would have been hearing protection for these guys back in the 60s on a low-budget sci-fi show. Kirk and Spock then fire off a massive mortar, neutralizing the enemy for now. The Enterprise is now in pursuit of the enemy vessel, seeking retribution for Starfleet's fallen comrades.
Captain's log, stardate 3046.2. We are in hot pursuit of the alien vessel which destroyed the Earth outpost on Cestus 3.
It is revealed that this attack was actually meant to lure in the Enterprise, then trap and destroy its tactical crew so the Gorn could start an invasion on Federation space.
It was a trap. Getting the Enterprise to come to Cestus 3, getting us and our whole crew to come ashore.
Very clever. As to the reason?
The reason is crystal clear. The Enterprise is the only protection in this section of the Federation. Destroy the Enterprise, and everything is wide open.
Shatner kicks into an intense performance here, anger bubbling up at the surface. It feels very akin to Ahab, just in 23rd century context. He's after revenge, and he begins to push the ship past its limits, almost into danger, into Warp 7, to try and catch these people and seek revenge for all the lost humanity at their hands.
If the aliens go unpunished, they'll be back, attacking other Federation installations.
I merely suggest that a regard for sentient
There's
life.
no time for that.
The Enterprise catches up to its opponent, but is then frozen in space just like them, unable to move or break this mysterious spell at hand.
Warp 6, Warp 5, 4, Warp 3, Warp 1. Sublight, Captain.
A psychedelic message is then received by the Enterprise, and it explains that Kirk and the captain of the Gorn ship are going to be teleported down onto an asteroid where they can face each other one-to-one. This entity, this alien entity, doesn't like conflict within its zone, so it's matching the two captains of the ship against each other using conflict. Because, you know, it doesn't want the ships to fight it out, but it wants to watch the captains fight it out. Because it doesn't like violence, but it likes violence.
We are the Metrons.
Uhura then gives a horror-filled scream when Kirk teleports away, even though they were all just told that this was going to transpire, and she has witnessed moments like this again and again, including in the previous episode. Women. We now come to it, what is quite possibly the greatest fight in all of sci-fi history, our beloved Captain Kirk versus a giant unarticulated rubber lizard. Using CGI, they made the Gorn captain blink a few times, and it actually works. It's amazing how you can enhance stuff if you're subtle. You listening, George Lucas? If you're subtle. Those Ewoks blinking in the Return of the Jedi Blu-ray, it's the exact same effect, but it's just so horribly jarring and just pulls you out of the immersion because of how unsubtle and how obvious and horrible it all looks. But kudos to the people who did this, probably with a lot less money than Lucasfilm as well. Georgie boy. Weaponless, Kirk then climbs a nearby tree to retrieve a small stick to fight this immensely strong lizard monster. He soon discards his weapon, then dodges under a slow arm sweep and thrashes the lizard's back. Another evasion by Kirk, and a beautiful karate chop to the back of the neck. A kick now, but the Gorn counters and sends our captain flying through the air. This is too exciting! I'm on the edge of my seat! Kirk gets to his feet and an intense grapple soon begins. Kirk's sonic booms are gone in both ears. Do lizards have ears? Never mind, the fight continues. Our courageous captain then throws a large rock to no effect. The Gorn counters by picking up an even larger styrofoam rock. Kirk dodges and retreats, concluding round one. Wow, a superb performance by both parties. Kirk definitely has speed on his side, but the Gorn has superior strength and toughness. How will this play out? We will see. Kirk then takes a breather in his corner and documents his performance.
Barehanded against the Gorn, I have no chance.
Spock, unable to save the captain, has to sit out the conflict and wait till the end, hoping that his friend survives.
What are you going to do, Mr. Spock? I'm going to wait, Doctor. There's little else I can do. What about the captain? If I could help him, I would.
Kirk is unable to find a weapon as his opponent stalks its prey and sharpens a rock to stab him to death. Round 2 commences as Kirk rolls a massive boulder in an attempt to crush his opponent. It's hit its target! Kirk has crushed the lizard monster and is victorious! What's this? No, the Gorn is up before the count of 10 and the conflict continues. Now Kirk is pinned by a fake rock. As the Gorn approaches, weapon in hand, the tension is almost too much. Kirk dodges the attempted stab and both opponents limp off in a cumbersome manner. Round 2 has now concluded. Kirk struggles to remember his geology lessons as he finds diamond, sulfur, and potassium nitrate. His opponent, the rubber lizard, roams randomly.
Native sulfur, diamonds. This place is a mineralogist's dream.
Spock, Bones and crew have now paid for their pay-per-view and get to watch this fight on the view screen with some beers and a few friends.
We will allow you to see and hear what is now transpiring.
Kirk and the Gorn exchange heated words between rounds. The final round is now approaching, post-haste.
You butchered, helpless human beings.
Destroyed invaders, as I shall destroy you.
Kirk desperately struggles to construct a cannon with the materials he's found on the surface of this asteroid as his opponent unknowingly wanders into this trap. Suspense spikes as Kirk is unable to complete the cannon before the final round commences. Gorn approaches, sharpened stone in hand, ready to perform a well-placed stab into the captain. Round 3 commences with a one-hit KO! The Gorn is down for the count! Kirk goes for the fatal finale! Victory is in his hands! At the last moment, Kirk's morality saves the lizard's life and the crowd boos with disappointment.
No. No, I won't kill you.
It's all over, folks. Kirk wins by decision. The Gorn is unable to continue the fight, and thus ends possibly the greatest fight in all of sci-fi history. Thank you.
No, I won't kill you. Maybe you thought you were protecting yourself when you attacked the outpost.
The alien race that orchestrated this duel then appears with an angelic form. Because Kirk showed mercy on his opponent, the alien entity allows both of them to go free with a deeper understanding of each other at hand.
You demonstrated the advanced trait of mercy, something we hardly expected. We feel that there may be hope for your kind.
It is revealed that the Starfleet settlement that was destroyed was quite possibly built within Gorn's space, meaning that it could have been perceived as an attack. This nuances the Gorn. They're still murderers, but Starfleet was also in the wrong. I like this diversion from simple good versus evil storytelling. There's more nuance and grey area to these two opponents now.
What happened to the Gorn?
I sent him back to his ship. If you like, I shall destroy him for you.
No, that won't be necessary.
In conclusion, this episode is absolutely amazing, and most definitely in the top 10 TOS episodes for me. There's a message behind it of anti-violence and thinking before you act. Kirk becomes possessed with anger and rage and seeks out the Gorn for a retribution, but when the moment comes for him to murder the Gorn, he chooses not to. And this reveals a deeper understanding of the situation in which Starfleet was also at fault. I mean, the fight is also iconic, not just within Star Trek lore, but within pop culture. Everybody knows about this fight. They may not know the name Gorn, but they know this fight. They've seen it. I watched this on YouTube years and years before I ever got into Star Trek. I think it was titled The Worst Fight Ever, which is bullshit because it may be corny, it may be silly, but it's fucking amazing and I fucking love it. Alright, thank you for watching, and it really help out if you guys could like, subscribe, and in the comments tell me how I got all the facts wrong and how my opinion is null and void. Thank you and good night.